Hi everybody, this is the second lecture for the topic number 5, profit planning and control. So this is another thing that you have to know for in this chapter, in this topic. You have to know about static and flexible budget. So in the part 1 of the video, I have explained to you about master budget. Okay, master budget is the budget that is important, that and most businesses they will have that. You have to know about the master budget. For this course, you have to know about the master budget in terms of explanation only. You are not we do not expect you to know how to prepare the master budget. If you are an accounting student, then you have to learn how to do or to prepare the master budget. So for this course, the thing that you have to know in more detail is about the static and flexible budget. Okay, let's see. Okay, what is a static budget? Okay, a static budget. So static means some things that does not move, isn't it? Something that is fixed. Static budget. A static budget shows the expected results of a responsibility center or department for only one activity level. The budget does not change even if the activity changes. A static budget is used by many service companies and for some admin functions of manufacturing companies. Okay, I will talk about this first. Okay, this is the format for a static budget. Very simple. Okay, let's say in the future, let's say you are a management accountant and a manager asks you to prepare a static budget. So the budget is very simple. This is the format. So this is an example of a static budget for Coulter Manufacturing Company assembly department. Okay, so the budget is very simple. So you have to this is 1 year budget ending July 31st. It's supposed to be 2018, I think. So you have to estimate how much is the direct labor cost for the department, electricity cost for the department for the year, supervisor salary for the department for the year, and then you can calculate the total cost for the department. So very simple. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, so is there any good about the static budget? So there is something good about the static budget. First, the good thing or the strength of a static budget is it is simple. All expenses are budgeted as fixed costs. But there is one weakness. A static budget does not adjust for changes in revenues and expenses that occur as volumes change. So see here the static budget. It is very simple, but this budget is for a specific quantity of production or specific number of activity only. Let's say the company the department planning to produce 10,000 unit product. That's it. This budget is for 10,000 unit production. If the unit of production changes, the budget does not change. So that is the weakness. Okay, let's see the flexible budget. Okay, flexible budget show the expected result of a responsibility center or a department for several activity level. That's why we call this budget flexible. It shows several activity levels. A flexible budget is especially useful in estimating and controlling factory costs and operating expenses. Okay, let's see the format for the flexible budget. So this is an example of a flexible budget. You see, when you prepare a flexible budget, you prepare the budget for several levels of activity or quantity of production. Here the example is level 1 is 8,000 unit of production. Level 2 9,000 unit of product. Level 3 10,000 units of product. And then when you prepare a flexible budget, you have categorized the cost into variable cost and fixed cost. Okay, see the above section in the budget is for the variable cost. Direct labor variable cost, electricity variable cost, and then the bottom of at the bottom of the budget, the flexible budget, you have to list the fixed cost. Always remember the flexible the variable cost will change when the quantity of production or activity of production changes. So see the cost increasing when the unit of production increase, but the fixed cost is fixed. You produce 8,000 unit or 9,000 unit or 10,000 unit, the fixed costs are same. Okay, so you can compare. This is a budget for the same department. Before this you have seen the static budget. Now you see the flexible budget. So which one is can be said as better? In general, the answer is flexible budget is better because it considers the changes in the activity or unit of production. The higher the quantity of production or quantity of activities, the higher the expected cost, and vice versa. Okay, so see the strength and weakness of a flexible budget. The strength of a flexible budget is flexible budgeting provides information needed to analyze the impact of volume changes on actual operating results. So for this business, for this department, at the end of the year, they have to do controlling activity. They have to compare the actual data and the budget. So when they do the comparison is better when they use the flexible budget, because if their quantity of production increase, they can compare with the budget for higher quantity. If the unit of production is small or low, they can compare with the budget for lower quantity of production. So the comparison is good. But if you prepare a static budget, at the end of the year you have to compare the actual data and the budget data. The budget data does not change. Whatever the quantity of production, you have to compare with the static budgeted cost. That is not good. So the weakness, one weakness of a flexible budget is it requires greater research into cost. There must be a differentiation between fixed and variable costs. So the weakness of using a flexible budget is, if you are a management accountant, when you want to prepare a flexible budget, it is quite difficult because you have to categorize the cost into variable components and the fixed component. So in a real situation, the process can be quite difficult. If you work in a business or in a company, when you want to categorize the cost into variable and fixed, sometimes the type of cost, there are too many types of cost, and then very difficult for you to determine how much from this cost fixed, how much from this cost variable. It takes a great effort to differentiate this type of cost. So always remember, flexible cost, the good thing is the amount of the estimate can change according to the quantity of production, but the weakness is sometimes it is quite difficult to prepare because you have to categorize the cost into fixed and variable costs. Okay, you have to know how to prepare a static budget. Later, I will give a sample question so that you can see how to prepare a flexible budget. Okay, this slide and also this slide and this slide also explain about why we can say that flexible budget is better compared to a static budget. I hope you can the basic idea about the comparison is, when you use static budget, you can make a good comparison between the actual data and the budgeted data, because flexible budget, the total budgeted cost is the total budgeted cost will change according to the quantity of production or activities of production. Okay, this is an example, but this is very simple, just to show the difference about something about the flexible cost. So at the beginning of the period, the assembly department budgeted direct labor cost of 45,000, supervisor salaries 30,000 for 5,000 hours of production. The department actually completed 6,000 hours of production. Determine the budget for the department assuming that it uses flexible budget. So let's see, when the business use flexible budget, so the direct labor is 6,000 times $9 per hour. How you get $9 per hour? Because in the sample question, the expected cost of 45,000 is for 5,000 hours. So you divide $45,000 divided by 5,000 hours. One labor hour, the budgeted cost is $9. So when you prepare a flexible budget, you have to categorize the cost as a variable cost. So now the activity of production is 6,000 hours. 6,000 times $9. And supervisor salary is fixed. Something that you have to know. In a factory, the supervisor salary is fixed. So the example here is 30,000. So if the business uses a flexible budget, the budgeted cost is 54,000 plus 30,000 equal to 84,000. Thank you very much. You can communicate with me in the comment section.